Right, so Mercedes Mone, the former Sasha Banks, is a very polarizing and divisive figure in the world of wrestling, and that mainly comes down to how she left the WWE. Obviously, herself and Naomi kind of, quote, walked out of WWE, and that left many people a sour taste in their mouths. Me personally, I don't really care about it all that much, but you do you if you do, I guess. However, the recent drama and controversy that Mercedes Mone has found herself in is definitely valid and worthy of criticism, as Mercedes' brand new product slash service that she has launched has come with claims that she is scamming her fan base. Just a quick video today as we talk about all this Mercedes Mone drama, so like the video as we get into it. I was meant to talk about this like 3 days ago, but all the WWE release drama took place, so I couldn't, but I'm finally here now. And yeah, like I said, Mercedes Mone, the former Sasha Banks, would walk out of WWE alongside Naomi in 2022 following their disagreement with the booking of the women's tag team titles. Funny how years later that problem still hasn't been fixed, and her contract would officially expire and she would depart WWE in December of 2022 after negotiations for a return would fall through. She would then become Mercedes Mone and wrestle in New Japan and Stardom, and of course would make her way to AEW in 2024 as the CEO, and would win the TBS Championship in her first ever match for AEW against Willow Nightingale, and since then has been, on my opinion, I think a very good run in AEW. I know that's going to get me a lot of comments, oh god. But yeah, she's holding 4 belts as it currently stands. She's had great matches with the likes of Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida and Stephanie Vaquer, which are just some of my personal favorites, and in recent times she's of course faced Athena and Billy Starks and finds herself about to face Jamie Hayter at Double or Nothing in the Owen Hart Women's Cup Finals. So yeah, for me, I think Mercedes Mone has had a pretty decent run in AEW, but like I kind of alluded to earlier, Mercedes Mone has a fair few detractors, most of it coming down to being salty that she left WWE the way she did, which once again, I truly do not care about. I also wholeheartedly believe that Mercedes Mone will probably go back to WWE at some point and become Sasha Banks again, and whilst I'm not up in arms about Mercedes Mone and the way she left WWE, I can understand why some are up in arms with the recent controversy and drama that Mercedes Mone has found herself in, as Mercedes Mone launched a brand new product slash service which would allow her to connect closer with her top fans. No, I'm not talking about that fans service. What I am talking about though is Mercedes Mone's brand new $99 a month texting service that allows her fans to text with Mercedes Mone. Yes, that's right, for just the low price of $99 a month, basically $1,200 a year, you are able to text Mercedes Mone and talk to her about your favorite wrestling matches or anime, or try to rizz her up terribly. And very obviously I'm being sarcastic here because this texting service is very obvious what it actually is. You don't actually get to text Mercedes Mone one-on-one, and she isn't going to personally talk to you and have a conversation with you about all your favorite things and hobbies and all your favorite things going on in wrestling right now. That isn't going to happen. It's pretty obvious on paper, but it was exposed anyway by someone on social media who found out that the service that are providing this for Mercedes Mone to be able to text her fans outright says that there isn't actually a personal texting service, and that you can insert names and change text templates to make it feel like you're texting someone personally when you actually aren't, and you're just sending the same message to everyone but with the name switched out. So yeah, basically it's $99 a month to just be on a mailing list. And yeah, obviously this was met with a pretty cold response from fans online, both of Mercedes Mone and not of Mercedes Mone alike, with there being calls of Mercedes Mone scamming her fans and this being called a total scam, and all in all, I kind of have to agree. Whilst we don't know if this was a Mercedes decision or her PR team or her agency put her up to this, the entire service is definitely a scam and not worth it. If you are paying $99 a month to text Mercedes Mone, not only do you need serious help, but you also need your hard drive checking. And like I said, this is coming from someone who likes Mercedes Mone and has enjoyed her run in AEW so far and thinks that she is quite overhated. This is very valid criticism for her. I can't recall or think of any other wrestlers who have any sort of service like this, and that's because there is absolutely no reason for it. Like I said, it's just a glorified mailing list except for $1,200 a year. Make it make sense. And so yeah, if you want my opinion on it, other than that, I agree that it's a big scam. I think Mercedes Mone needs to get rid of whatever agency or PR team she has around her, or just shut down ideas like this and look into stuff more that is pitched to her, because whether or not she was the one that came up with this idea, it's her name on it, and it's a Mercedes Mone product slash service, so it's associated with her, and it's just not a good look whatsoever. And especially to your own fans, scamming your own fans is just something that I think is kind of backwards and makes no sense. As far as I'm aware, Mercedes Mone hasn't responded to the backlash surrounding this whole texting app drama, but if I'm Mercedes Mone, I would just pull the plug on this instantly, say sorry, this was just stupid, I won't let this happen again, it was bad advice, and just forget it ever happened. But 3 days on, nothing has been said, and on mercedesmone.com, you can still have access to this texting service and sign up for it, which she just needs to get rid of and just bin off already. Do not sign up to this, I cannot stress enough. If you already have signed up to it though, you're probably beyond help. But it's not only fans that are critiquing Mercedes Mone and getting their jokes off about it, because Becky Lynch is also getting her ribs and jokes off about Mercedes Mone and her entire texting service fiasco and shambles. As on the Raw after show this week, she was talking about Bayley, and she said that Bayley is so confused that she probably has to pay $99 a month to text her best friend about it.
Bayley is so confused about this, she's probably paying $100 a month to her best friend to text her.
You can see her visibly holding in her laughter after she said it. She knew she made a banger there. And yeah, I just hope for Mercedes' sake this is something that can be moved on from and that she just bins off. I don't see any need or reason to do this. And yeah, just a bad look for Mercedes Mone, something she doesn't need in her career when she's doing very well for herself in her AEW career. Just giving more fuel to her detractors to be able to criticize her. Just a dumb decision. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Mercedes Mone and her whole drama surrounding her whole texting service for $99 a month. Part of me is actually tempted to pay for it just for a video to see what it's all about, but I feel like it's just going to be really disappointing and the worst video of all time, so I probably won't be doing that. But before this video does end off, I ask that you guys go and follow me on Dropkicked. It's an app that's been taken off recently. It's on iOS and Android from what I've seen. This isn't sponsored. It's just kind of like Letterboxd, the movie review website, but for wrestling, and I've made some brilliant lists on there already, which I'd love for you to check out, and I have 0 followers, so please follow me. Especially if you want to see my great lists, including every time Jeff Hardy wrestled drunk or high, allegedly. Chris Benoit matches that made you say, yep, that's what did it. Jey Uso 5-star singles matches, and matches that made me want to kill myself. If you want to see all those lists, then go onto my Dropkicked at Top 10 Wrestling and give me a follow, please. And once you do follow me on there, if you can PayPal me $150 a month, I might reply to one of your messages. It's a great service, great worth it. Please pay me, please. But yeah, guys, that's it from me on this video talking about the Mercedes Mone AEW texting drama. It's just a complete dumb ordeal. I don't know why this even had to happen and why Mercedes Mone would even launch this. Like the video if you did enjoy this video and subscribe notifications on so you never miss a video on the Top 10 Wrestling channel. We've still got so many videos to come out for the rest of this month, so leave a comment down below saying what videos you want to see next and what you think of this entire drama with Mercedes Mone and the whole texting thing. And also comment down below if you will be paying for this texting service. I imagine nobody is going to be agreeing with that. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye and keep on rolling.